So today I'm going to talk about the kiosk mode for Vantora. We've had multiple people ask, how do you set this up? So we figured we needed a video for this. You can see that we have multiple computers set up. This is a shot inside my field, and I've got 5 computers set up, all running the kiosk for our waiver system. It's real easy for you to set this up. I'd actually suggest that you do it with little computers instead of tablets because it seems to be faster for people to type in the data on an actual keyboard and mouse than it would be for them to go through and do it on a tablet. So that's what we're using at our field. We picked them up very inexpensive. We found refurb towers for about 80 bucks a piece. Bought a mouse and a keyboard and a screen all for about 75 bucks. Hooked the things up and just dropped a little hub, hook it up to the Wi-Fi, and bingo, people can sit there and do their waivers at the field. Now, the big problem is when they do the waiver, you want it to reset instead of taking them to a thank you page, and we have a mode that is set up specifically for that. Okay. Now that mode is cleverly enough called the kiosk mode. But in order to make the kiosk mode work properly, we want to set up our browser to do kiosk mode. So the best thing in order to do that is we want to use the Firefox browser. So if you just Google search for Firefox, you'll see the Firefox browser. If you don't already have it, just download it. It's a free browser. Works great. So now after you've downloaded the browser, you want to get an add-on for it. This add-on is called R-Kiosk. So if you do a search for R-Kiosk Firefox, you're going to find the R-Kiosk Firefox browser. And if you're in Firefox, when you look for this, there's a button right there to automatically add it to Firefox. So what happens when you add R-Kiosk, it's real kiosk, and it turns it into a true kiosk for you. It defaults to full screen, so you don't have to worry about these top menus. They'll all go away. It disables the menus, the toolbars, the key commands. So it basically takes out everything except for a couple of things it leaves, like alt keys and some hotkeys, but we're going to show you how to take those out with key tweak. So what you want to do is you have kiosk, R-Kiosk, you start Firefox, and before you fire up the R-Kiosk, we want to go in and we want to set some options. So in the options, you want to set what the home page is for your Firefox, and you want that home page to be https colon www.vantora www.vantora.com/paintball/ the name of your field. Okay, so for example, whatever we assign to it may not be the full name. So, like I've got Rowlett Gatsplat is RGAT. So RGAT/waiver/kiosk. .asp. So that would be what I would set if I was setting this up for kiosk mode for my RGAT, for my Rowlett Gatsplat. So HTTPS Vantora RGAT waiver kiosk. Your RGAT is just going to change to whatever the name of your field we've assigned for you, whatever your code is for that. Now, the other thing you want to do is you want to go in and go to the privacy settings. In the privacy settings, there is a thing on history. Firefox will remember history, and this is in form and search history. So if somebody puts in the name of their kid is Bob in a form, as soon as somebody starts typing B, it's going to pop up Bob. Or if they start typing a phone number, it'll show everyone else's phone number who's ever done a waiver. Well, we don't want that. So go in and put never remember history. You want to choose never remember history. When you do, it's going to make you restart Firefox. You'll hit restart Firefox now, and then it will have that set. So we have the R-Kiosk mode set, and we have our options set in here, and we know where we're going to go as far as our options for the general to the kiosk mode. And then all we have to do is take out some of the extraneous keys like the control and alt, and key tweak will help us do that. before. So this works really good, makes it to where people can't break out. We have turned off the right click, so right click of the mouse does absolutely nothing. The only problem is somebody could still do Control Escape and pop up a bar here. So we're going to give you another little secret for that. They can also do an Alt F4, which I'm going to do right now, and then that turns off and you'd have to restart it. But there's a little piece of software you can find on the internet called Key Tweak. And if you start up Key Tweak, you will find that it's a little software that you just install. You agree to the thing. It's Key Tweak. You'll see it all over. Two Cows has it as a download and all that type of stuff. What Key Tweak does for you, when it's up and running, you just fire the thing up and it shows you a keyboard. And it lets you remap the keys. Now this only works on a Windows base because it's doing a registry remap. So for example, Control Escape pops up a menu, or Alt F4 pops things up. If I click on any of these, it tells me what that is. And right now that is key number 58 and is currently mapped to left control. So I can choose to remap this. What we've done is we've taken all the significant keys and we have remapped them to just delete. So if they hit Control, it doesn't do anything. It just hits the delete key once. It has the exact same version as that. So you can remap that key, and now this is a pending change. Now let's also take the function key, and we can remap that again to delete. So we're going to remap that. Let's take the right function key. So there's the right control key, and you can just look at your keyboard and click on the ones you want. Take your F4 and remap it to delete. Remap all the keys, all the extraneous keys, the Windows menus and all that to the delete key. Then what you can do is take another key, for example, maybe F7, and make F7 equal F4, and then make something else equal Alt. That way you still have an Alt F4 so you can close things. So for example, I might what we did with ours is we took this key here, which is a context menu, and then I remapped that to Alt. Okay? So after remapping that to the Alt, then that, and you can see you can choose any of these things throughout here. So after you're done, remap that one to Alt, and then remap perhaps F7 to F4. Then by hitting the menu F7, you're actually hitting Alt F4. That way you can get out of it if you need to without having to reboot the computer. Otherwise, you can lock this thing up so nobody else can do anything. And what it does when it goes through your normal reservation or your normal waiver system, instead of going to the normal screen and kicking you back to your website, it's going to say, thank you, your waiver has been accepted. It'll pop up a big green thing, and then 15 seconds later, it will reset.